Hi there, it's Dr. Bernstein, and I want to welcome you to week 2 of our semester. This week, we're sort of really rolling up our sleeves and getting into the writing process. So, after watching the Welcome to Week 2 video, I want you to go over to to our main D2L page, and in the news column, which is where that initial video was and where my contact information is on that like homepage for our site, there will be weekly writing tips appearing from now on. So on Monday, I want you to read them and take a quiz on them. And I also want you to create topic sentences for each of your body paragraphs. So remember, these sentences need to state the main point of your paragraph and relate back to your main thesis. We're going to use a different approach with the next essay, but I find that some people really benefit from getting really crystal clear on their topic sentences before working too much on their body paragraphs. And these sentences that also go back to your main thesis can be very, very powerful in terms of persuading people because you're not just making a point, you're reminding the reader how that point fits in relationship to your main argument. Your thesis statement and top 3 topic sentences, because you need 3 body paragraphs, are due on at 6 p.m. and you're going to submit them to the discussion board. And I also want you to spend time on Monday working on your opening paragraph and your body paragraphs. I think you really need to spend at least 2 hours doing this work. On Tuesday, what you're going to do is you're going to read all of your fellow classmates' topic sentences and my responses to them. As I've said to you before, you can learn a great deal through this, and it's really not that time consuming. Sometimes it's actually easier to see things in other people's writing than it is to see it in your own. So let me show you something about settings that can help you out a lot. I'm going to go over to a different class of mine right now. It will take a moment. And let's see. I'm going to go to this course. I'm going to go to the discussion board. And I want to show you how I have mine set up. I think it's a good idea for you to set yours up as well. You'll notice the way I have it set up, I can see everyone's posts. The students post, my response, the students post, my response, and so forth. And the way to set this up is to go into settings on your discussion board, go into settings, and set your message list style to reading style. If you have it set to grid style, this is what it's going to look like. I don't find this format is particularly conducive to really reading through everybody's work, so I always have it on reading style. It actually will make your life easier, and that's what it will look like. Okay, so back to our checklist for this week. On Tuesday, I want you to finish your body paragraphs and write your conclusion. Wednesday, you should print out your essay and proofread it. Printing it out is really helpful when proofreading because you see things more clearly when it's printed out. And by Wednesday at basically midnight, your first essay is due. So you will have gotten some feedback from me on your writing prior to that time. And the way I grade essays really is I always try to point out your strengths because I've never encountered a student who doesn't have strengths to their writing, and sometimes when you know what you're good at, you know what you should do more of. And I also try to create a couple of things that you need to concentrate on in order to take your writing and thinking to the next level. So that's, I'm going to try to respond to you as quickly as possible with those essays. On Thursday, you are going to watch two videos. One is an overview of Stephen Crane that I created, and another that I also created is just a sort of initial little talk about the open boat. Then you'll have a quiz on these two videos. So again, I'm encouraging you to take notes because you can always use your notes for our quizzes. And I want you to print Crane's The Open Boat and read the first 10 pages. So I just want to show you, I'm going to show you what it looks like and how to print it out. But I really, really need to emphasize this. I do not want you to consult any outside or secondary sources on Crane or the open boat. I am interested in your interpretations and helping you learn how to articulate and develop them. If you never let yourself try to interpret something without, someone else's interpretation, you're always, that like interpretive muscle is just always going to be really, really weak. So you have to give yourself a chance, and that's why there are a lot of what are considered low stakes writing assignments related to Crane. They're things that are not worth a lot of points for your for the class as a whole, and it's meant to give you a chance to test out your ideas. So I really want to emphasize that. If you click on this link, you're going to be taken to this page. What you want to do is click on the entire work and then print it out from here. So like I'm in my program, I just click on the File tab. And you'll scroll through and you'll see the story starts. This is the best way to get the best quality print. The easiest printing is to go to the full text and print from here. Okay, I'm going to go back to our checklist. And on Friday, I want you to read. There are two documents. They're fairly short. One is on theme and the other is on plot and characterization. And I want you to read those. Obviously, think about them in relationship to the open boat and take quiz 8. And if you want, at the end of the week or some point during the week, you can check out the checklist for week 3 to see what's coming up next week. So welcome to week 2. I look forward to seeing your work.